Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Got a little project here I wanted to share with you all, and I've already done a bit of work to it, and I wanted to show you guys a little bit of the process. So this was actually my grandfather's old hatchet, and it's a Wetterlings drop forged, stamped. I don't know if you can make it out there. A little bit there. This thing has honestly been through hell and back. So this thing was a little bit about my grandfather. Is he was a carpenter, and he used this for framing or demolition. I'm not sure which. Something in that regard, and I don't know if you can see the blade on this, but it was flat. And I put a little bit of an edge back on there. Unfortunately, I didn't start filming before, so I didn't show you guys all of that. I've also cleaned up some of the edges. Just made it a little bit smoother to the touch. It was beat up bad. There was dents and dings all over the edges here from nails and 2x4s and whatever he had beat with it over the years, and for some reason it's hung upside down. Now, my grandfather, believe it or not, he was a very competent carpenter, but I don't know why it's hung upside down. Maybe a mistake, maybe on purpose. I'm not sure. It's also hung with nails, as you can see here. He used this thing a lot. This thing was in his tool chest all the way until the end. So, and I've had this thing for almost 15 years now, and just figured it was time to clean it up and get it fixed up and start using it again. So that's what I'm doing. I don't have a lot of background in this area, so this is my first time restoring an axe and doing something of this nature. So I just bought some basic hand tools. I've got a little Lansky ceramic rod. I've got a Nicholson axe file. It's got a double-sided there. A little Lansky racer and a Lansky puck. And I took this edge from blunt to, it's catching my finger. It's not shaving sharp yet, but I've still got to hang the handle and everything else. So I didn't want to put too sharp an edge on there, but it's getting there. It's getting there. I actually, as I was using the file here a little bit, I actually nicked myself pretty good on the corner there. So it'll cut. This side here, I've left, you can see some of that patina that was on there. That covered the entire axe, that dark area there. That covered the entire axe. This side I've kind of polished it up a little bit, and that's just with the eraser, the Lansky eraser. And so what I do with that Lansky eraser is I just take that eraser and just go in a circular motion. You just want to kind of go circular with it. And guys, for the record, all this stuff, all these tools that I'm doing this with, under $30 in hand tools. And these hand tools, with the exception of maybe the eraser, I'll probably have to buy another one or two of those in my lifetime. But all the rest of these, the file, the rod, the puck, those will last a lifetime. You never have to buy another one of those in your entire life. And So this is something anyone really can do. If I can do it, anyone can do it. You just go online and order your little hand tools and get started. You know, go on eBay and get a little axe head. You don't have to go and spend a fortune on a brand new Gransfors Brooks or something of that nature. You can get yourself, and I'm not knocking those tools. Those are amazing tools. But if you're on a budget, you can get started with something like this, and these are tools you're going to need anyway. So if you decide you want to upgrade and get yourself one of those small forest axe or something like that, you can do so, and you've still got the tools to maintain that axe down the line. So I also got a handle here, and I'm not sure, I haven't decided yet exactly if I'm going to use this handle or I've got another one on the way, so I'll compare the two and then go from there once I get this old handle off. Look guys, it's split on the back, but he had, this is the masking tape. This masking tape's been on there since the last time he used it, like I said, hung upside down. I'm going to leave some of the blue paint. There you see that blue paint. I'm going to leave some of that there on the back, and I'm not going to totally polish it. I'll probably polish up to some of the front, but leave some of this patina here in the back. Same thing on this side. Clean it up a little bit, get it hung right, and start using it. I'm going to show you a little bit. Like I said, with the eraser, what I do is I just do the circular motion on that to clean it up. So as you can see, you've got the patina here on this side, and it's pretty heavy. It's gunked on there. That's however many years he used it, and then sitting in the garage and boxes and sheds, and moved through 5 different houses in the 15 years since I've had it. And so this little eraser, it's pretty good. It works pretty good for what it is here, and so you guys can see that residue. Starting to kind of pull up, hopefully there. I'll kind of knock it off the side there. You can see that. That is all of that rust and gunk and grease and dirt and grime and all of that patina coming off just with a little elbow grease and this little eraser. You have a little bit of a deep spot there. You can kind of go in a circular motion and it'll clean that up even better there. It'll really start to come up. And that's some of the eraser, guys, but most of that is the grime that's just on there. Eraser, as you can see, it starts to file down a little bit, get a little bit but overall, for the most part, that is patina coming off. You can even see some blue paint under there starting to show up, maybe, that you couldn't see before. A little bit more blue under on the cheek there. Definitely see that logo popping a bit more, hopefully, than you could before, and pretty effective little tool here. So guys, as I said, I kind of started to clean up the burrs already, clean up the edge. As I said, the edge was flat. There was no edge on this. I used the file to start to get a new edge on there. What I did was there was just a very just a slight remainder of a bevel left there. And what I did is I just kind of took the file and I found that bevel and I pushed kind of in a circular motion like this, and I made a new bevel. Did the same for the other side, and it was just a very, very rough bevel, guys. It wasn't sharp. It wasn't, you know, I just put a rough bevel on it, and then I took the puck. So anyways, you can use oil or water on this if you want. Every once in a while I'll put some water on, or sorry, some olive oil on there. I like to use olive oil because that's what I use in the field for cooking. And so if I need some oil to maintain my blades out there, that's what I use. And so I like to use the same thing so I don't have you know, different oils mixing together. Just personal preference. You can use whatever you want. So I've seen people spit on them. But anyways, you can do it dry. So the key here is to just kind of, hopefully maybe you can see that here. You want to find your angle. And as you do, you can almost hear it too. You'll start to hear it, and you just want to go in circles. And oil or liquid can actually help you find your edge here a little bit better too. You'll see the oil start to fold over the blade a little bit when you found your edge. But you can hear it, you can see it here. You're just gonna go in circular motions up and down the length of the blade. You want to make sure you do it evenly up and down the length of the blade. And again, guys, this is the first time I've ever done something like this on an old axe like this. You know, restoring something like this. I've got a new Council Tools Woodcraft axe that's fairly new that I've been using, and other than that, I've kind of had beater axes and hatchets, you know, what I consider beaters, and but this is the first time I've taken the time to restore a nice tool like this. And you know, you can start to, when you use these hand tools, start to get a feel for it. You can feel the edge. You know, I could almost not even look at it, and I could hear it and feel it and know I've got the right angle. If you're out here, you can kind of hear that on the cheek. Hear that? You can kind of hear it dig. Right there is just right. And then we're going to go the other way. And I did this with both grits. I used the rougher and then the finer. I'll eventually probably go to a different stone and then strop after that once it's remounted and rehung. And again, guys, I you know, the terminology on this may be rough as well too. I don't pretend to be an expert on this. I'm learning, and so hopefully you guys are learning here with me, you know. But this landscape puck, it did a great job, guys. I swear, this blade, I mean, it was rough. When I say rough, it was rough. I've abused some tools in my life, but I've never seen a tool this abused. He used this thing, and it's going to get used again. So we're not going to bother putting too much of a shine or polish on it. We're going to get it hung effectively and hopefully decently for our first hang. That should be an experience, but we'll see how it goes. Again, on the edges here where I had, he had hit all through here. There was big dings and dents and things of that nature, and it was really kind of rough and not really smooth to the edge and or smooth to the touch. And he had, you know, from beating it against things, and you know, you can see where I've already come in and I've smoothed out the top there. You can still see some pretty good pitting there. You can see here around the eye, kind of still right in here where it's just beat up. He may have just used this for demo, I'm not sure, but it was beat up. So I smoothed it out. I've got a little, I don't know if you guys can see it there, I've got a little, so all you do is you just take your file, and you're gonna just go to town smoothing it out, guys, and you can't mess this up. I mean, go on eBay, get yourself a, you know, a $20 axe head from a manufacturer that you know, just interests you. You know, I don't care if it's, you know, and I guess I shouldn't say manufacturer, a craftsman or a crafter, or you know, I'm not very good with words, guys, sometimes, but you know what I mean. And whether that be an old Wetterlings or a Grand's First Brooks, or, you know, something like a Marbles, or you know, a Council tool. You see, now that's smooth to the touch. Feels real smooth. I can't even feel that. Smoothed out. Okay, so now I'm going to go around and I'm just going to take all of the edges off. I'm going to get a nice, slightly, I wouldn't say rounded edge, but just kind of smooth edge. So it's smooth to your skin. And then up here, I'm going to try and get a really hard 90-degree, if I can, bevel to spark some fire steel in emergencies. I don't use my hatchet or axe for that, but I like to know it's there if I needed to use it for that. Redundancy. It's there if we need it, right? So yeah, I'll go ahead and clean this up. I can't look at that handle. It's hung upside down, guys. You know. So, yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and work on getting this cleaned up. We'll get the handle sawn off. I'll bring you guys back for when we go ahead and saw off the handle and pop that off. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to just drill into the, again, hung with nails, guys. Hung with nails. So we're going to drill in there. I'll bring you guys back when we drill in there. Hopefully we're going to pop it off. That's what I'm going to try first, is just to drill through there and pop it off. If not, we'll saw it off and then pop the rest of it out. And then bring it back after that to hang the handle, or to get it hung on the handle. and hopefully we'll do a decent job on that. We'll go nice and slow like we're supposed to, and again, this is my first time, guys, so I'm learning with you guys. Hopefully we'll learn a little bit of something together. We'll make mistakes. Sorry for bringing you in a bit late on this cleanup on the axe head itself, but you know, better late than never. Again, appreciate you guys checking out my channel. Go ahead and hit the like and the sub, I guess it is, if you guys are into it. If not, it's cool too. You know, I just appreciate you guys viewing and checking it out. You know, this is all new to me. I'm having fun with the channel, and hopefully I start to make some better videos for you. Hopefully you guys have fun with me along the way. That's really all this is about. You know, had a little project here and thought you know, maybe I'd show you guys and you might be interested a little bit. So yeah. Alright guys, I'm back. I got this handsaw here that I picked up at a garage sale for $1. So just goes to show you can get one, find one at a garage sale. Again, guys, this is just supposed to be a cheap project. Again, guys, if you have a workbench, do this as your workbench. You don't want your wife to kill you. You're just doing this. If you have a vise, that would help immensely. You won't have it jumping around like that. There it is, Grandpa's old handle. Maybe we'll find something to make that make out of that one of these days. Definitely hold on to that. We've got it sawed off there. You can see how rough where I didn't file down here, the edge of that eye is around there. How pitted, worn. Get it cleaned up the rest of the way. Drill that out the rest of the way. Let's see if we can get that out now that we've got it cut it off. Try drilling it from the other side. upright. Again, guys, a vise or clamp. Alright, that's it, guys. Hey guys, back here. So I know I promised I'd show you me hanging this axe on the new handle, but you know, kind of midway through fitting it, or getting a feel for the fit, I thought about it, and I just didn't feel like this was really turning into much of a video. I'm still going to put it up and show you guys, and I hopefully you get something out of it. It's really, more of what I'm doing here is just, yes, I hung it, and it was easier for me to do that off camera. But really what this is more about is just to show you those basic tools, that and show you the basics of how to start to maintain a hatchet or an axe, and show you that it's pretty easy to get yourself a decent hatchet or axe, reasonably priced, and something that'll be functional and reasonable. So let me show you this handle a little bit here, guys. So I went ahead and I went with the handle I showed you guys originally. That handle fit really well already as it was. I did obviously have to do some removal of material to get it to slide down on there and be a tight fit. So it's a little bit low here on the, I guess you'd call it the cheeks of the handle, but I think it looks nice on both sides here. You can see where the cheeks are. I thought about taking away a little bit more material, but it's the handle's still thinner than the head of the axe, so I don't think it's going to be an issue. As you can see here, it's a little rough with the top, but it's a solid fit. No gaps, no no issues with that. So yeah, I cleaned it up a little bit more, guys. I just polished it lightly on both sides there. You can see a lot more of that blue came out there in the cheek there, underneath that rust. A lot more of the blue came out over here. So I just cleaned it up, gave it a little bit more of a polish, touched up that edge a little bit more, and it's ready to rock. So last step here is to put a little boiled linseed oil on the handle to protect it. So the way I do that, and again, this is another maintenance item, guys. I'd recommend doing this on your hatchets or axes, once a year minimum. I mean, you can do it as many times as you want. It's not going to hurt it. But 1 year minimum, so you're going to want to coat it a couple of times. The way I do it is I'll coat it a first time before I use it. I'll take it out to the woods, I'll use it, I'll bring it home, and when I bring it home and I clean it, I'll coat it again, and then I won't do it again for a year. So 6 months to a year, depending. Sometimes, if I've had it out in weather or something of that nature, I'll put some on it before the year's up. So what I do, Everyone has their own method of doing this, but I take a little bit of plastic wrap, saran wrap here, and I just pop the top on the old linseed oil. I take and I just pour just a little bit down on the handle, down the length, and don't forget, everyone forgets up at the top there, don't forget up at the top. And then I'm just going to wrap and try and rub that around the circumference of it a little bit there. Top a little bit there. And then just let that sit for 10 minutes or so. Alright guys, we're back here to unwrap it. So we're just going to go ahead and unwrap the handle, and you'll see there's still going to be some excess. It's not going to be all soaked in. So just be gentle, roll that up. You can toss that in the garbage. And then what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take my Brillo pad. I'm just going to take and I'm going to start to burnish that in. That extra oil. And I'll rub that oil in. Just force it in that grain there. Again guys, this is just good maintenance for your axis. Do it whenever you feel like it needs it. You can see that oil is almost all soaked in now. That's it, guys. So yeah guys, thanks for if you made it this far, thanks for checking it out. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out from my first time hanging an axe, and yeah, I hope I hope if you don't have a hatchet or an axe, you go ahead and get yourself one. Get yourself something like this and have a fun project with it. Guys, you don't need a whole lot of tools. The tools that I used to hang this, that you didn't see, in the portion that you didn't see, is a hammer and I used a Mora Eldris knife. That's it, guys. A hammer and a Mora Eldris knife. You know, I probably should have used a different hammer. I used a framing hammer, and I probably should have used a different hammer because I roughed it up a little bit. You can see there, but you know what? It's hung, and hopefully it'll stay hung for a while. If not, we'll do it again. Do it again until we get it right. So, I'm excited to use it, guys. So, thanks for checking out the video. Again, I apologize, you know, if it wasn't up to the standard some of these other guys have. I'm working on it, and hopefully I'll get there soon. Stick with me. I've got more equipment coming on the way. I've only got the one camera right now, and so once I get a second camera, I'll be having some better videos for you. Probably a new mic on the way, and we'll get set up hopefully to get you guys some quality videos. You know, I'd like you guys to stick with me, and you know, like I said earlier, if you want, you can go ahead and like and sub down there at the bottom, and if not, that's fine too. You know, just thanks for watching, and hopefully you enjoyed a little bit of it, and maybe you'll enjoy the next one more. And yeah, I look forward to doing more videos for you guys. Thanks for tuning in, and see you soon.